you ready? Welcome to the March 4th, 2024 meeting of the Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. Will the staff secretary call the roll, please?
Yes. Commissioner Alexander?
Here.
Commissioner Borowiak?
Here.
Commissioner Bridge is absent excused tonight. Commissioner Esparza?
Here.
Commissioner Moreno?
Here.
Commissioner Paula Cushing is also absent excused tonight. Commissioner Suchek?
Here.
And Commissioner Short?
Here.
Okay. Will Commissioner Short lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Ready? And begin. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Public comments. Will the secretary read the procedures for addressing the Parks and Recreation Commission tonight?
Citizens addressing the commission during the public comment are asked to approach the podium and are limited to 3 minutes unless extended by the chair, and must be regarding items that are not listed on the agenda and are with the city's jurisdiction. The Brown Act does not permit any action or discussion on the items not listed on the agenda. No action will be taken on the items addressed under public comments.
I'll now open it for public comment. Is there any public comment? Okay, then we'll go ahead and close public comment. Next is 5 minutes. Next on the agenda is the approval of the draft meeting minutes of the February 5th, 2024 Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. Are there any questions or comments from the commission about the February 5th minutes? No? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Report requests and presentations. 6.1 is the Crimson Ridge Park Improvements Update. Tara G.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here tonight to present an item as an update to the Crimson Ridge improvements. For background, Crimson Ridge Park is a 2.3-acre park site located in the Campus Oaks area. The park opened to the public in April of 2023 and was constructed as a turnkey or developer-built project. Hopefully the slides will catch up, but I'll keep going. Budget constraints resulted in the reduction of planned park improvements. And once opened, the residents approached the city seeking improvements that were more in line with the approved master plan. Since then, staff have met and communicated with the residents regularly, and on October 17th, staff presented a proposed plan for improvements and the next steps. Residents were supportive and appreciative of the proposed improvements and the city's efforts to address their requests. Hopefully this slide will come up, which shows the different improvements, but if not, we will talk about it. The park is a linear park, so it's very narrow in nature and runs between 2 residential roads called Campus Parkway. So they're one way each. The added amenities proposed, here we go. Very good. The added amenities include new turf areas, which are shown in the light green. The shade structure that is proposed is circled in yellow. The picnic area actually exists, but no shade structure on that. More pathways, which is shown in the second or the bottom graphic, which is circled in blue. It shows picnic tables and some connections across the park. And then the dark green is proposed landscape areas to enhance the park landscape itself. All of this also includes improved or increased irrigation so that it can handle the water for the new turf areas. The estimate for construction for these improvements is approximately $450,000, including soft costs. Funding has been proposed from the fiscal year 2022-23 general fund year-end budget surplus. And these improvements will also require a small increase in annual maintenance costs. This park is in the Campus Oaks area, so there is a community facilities district for service, so there won't be any impact to the general fund for maintenance. So the next steps. On February 21st, the council approved the plans and specifications and a budget adjustment of the $450,000. The plans are currently out to bid, and construction is estimated to begin in late spring or early summer. As a reminder, this is an information item only, and no action is being requested at this time. This concludes my presentation, and I stand ready to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, open up to commissioner comments.
What's the, currently where the turf and planter are being proposed? Is it like a DG, or what's there currently?
Right now, it's bark and some plants,
Okay.
but the plants are really little.
And then the difference, what's the difference between this as proposed and what the original plan was? Is there still things that would be not included that were in the original design?
Yeah, TD, if you wouldn't mind bringing up slide 3. The turf is approved or part of the approved master plan. So are the other items. The really enhancement is the middle blue, circled in blue. We did add a picnic area and additional walkways to cross the park in the long area. The rest of it is very consistent with the approved master plan.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. On these turnkey parks, the proponent usually takes a credit at building permit on park fees.
Correct.
Were we made whole on the park fee? Because it looks like we had to dip into the general fund to finish it, right?
Yeah, part of the challenge is the cost of construction.
Yeah.
So the budget was about $1.2 million, and they did expend all of it. Unfortunately, with the impact to construction, it just costs more to build. So the grass area, or the turf area, was the major component that was not included in the original construction. So our improvements will make that whole and put that turf back in. So when you talk about credits, there is a little bit of unspent money that is due back to the city. So we're working with them on that, but it wasn't enough to put all these improvements in. It would barely touch.
So there'll still be a little bit of a park fee as part of this?
The park, well, there is a park fee because we still have another park to build.
Right.
So their credits have been expended.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess that's,
Yeah,
maybe I
that
should
was-
have asked that directly.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a park development agreement which outlined the number of
Right.
credits that they received, and they did receive those.
And everybody met the spirit of the development agreement, of the park development agreement?
To the extent that it was possible, budgetarily possible.
All right. Thank you.
Any other commissioner comments?
Nothing.
Actually, one more question. It seems like a lot of these parks are coming in, obviously over. Being that I work kind of in a related industry, we've seen the prices stabilize quite a bit, and we're not seeing as much of the increase. So is it just the difference between when things were purchased and when the original budget occurred, or do we need to be putting in more contingency into the budgets as future parks are being planned?
That's a good question. So this park started at the height of where we had those cost challenges.
Right.
And it only was finished last year. We are seeing some stabilization, but not quite enough. The challenge is that these park fees or these park budgets were established many, many years ago, 8 to 10 plus years ago. Never really anticipated what we have gone through in the last 3 or 4 years. And so trying to increase that fee is very difficult because those fees are memorialized in the development agreement, and the only inflationary factor that's included is the construction cost index, which does not really reflect the cost of construction at this point in time.
Is that it? Okay. We'll now open it up for public comment. Any public comment? Okay, seeing no public comment, we'll close public comment. Next on the agenda is item 6.2, Weber Park renovation update. Tara G.
Again, thanks. This is an update on the Weber Park rehabilitation project. As a matter of background, staff spent several years in public outreach. For many of you, you may not have even been on the commission at that point, but our outreach included surveys, in-person meetings, virtual meetings, our presence at events. We had a partnership with the outreach, collecting neighbor and resident feedback through the Neighborhood Association as well as Invest Health. The approved master plan is shown here, and it includes preserving the playground and swing area off of Circuit Drive, which is on the bottom of the graphic here, lowering the remainder of the park grades to be flush with the sidewalk off of Main for easy surveillance and overall public safety, which is at the top of the screen. A loop trail with fitness pods, expansion of the playground, reconstruction of the basketball court, parking for police vehicles right to the top of that basketball court. It may be hard to see on the picture, but there is a parking spot for police. And in these days, police do not file their reports in a cubicle. Their vehicle, thank you, TD, the vehicle is their office. So having a place for them to park and do and complete their reports in the park toward the middle of the park allows not only for them to have a nice quiet place to fill out their reports, but also creates a presence within the park. If you're familiar with the park, because of the heights off of Main Street, it's difficult to see inside or across, so all of these improvements should help with the overall safety. And of course, you see in the light green there is a center multi-use turf area. The one thing that's not shown, and I would point out, is the restroom. There is a restroom there, and with all the grade differences that are grade changes that are going to occur, the restroom would need to be removed. And we had quite a bit of conversation with regards to, do we keep it, do we rebuild it? If you are familiar with the park, it has become an attractive nuisance. And the residents didn't want it. That we consulted with the police department, and it was their recommendation to remove it, so we are removing it. By removing it, because of the park of this size, removing the restroom makes the park more consistent with other neighborhood parks of the same size. The project was recently bid, and bids are being evaluated at this point, and we intend to bring those bids back with a recommendation to the council in late March or early April. As you know, the park is a council priority in reinvesting in our established neighborhoods, and so this is one of those efforts or initiatives to complete that. So the next steps is to seek council approval of the lowest responsible bid, and construction is estimated to begin in this spring. Also, this is an information item only, so no action is being requested at this point. This concludes my presentation, and stand ready to answer any additional questions you might have.
Open it up for commissioner comment?
Yeah, I have a question. With the removal of the bathroom and the water or the plumbing that's plumbed for that now, is that just capped off and just eliminated, or is there a possibility to use that source for like drinking fountains or some other some other utility.
amenities.
Yeah.
Well, by lowering the entire grade, if the entire grade would be 2/3 lowered. So all the infrastructure is
Gonna get
likely
wiped
to
out
be
anyways.
removed anyway. So everything, the good part is that everything that we put in will include up-to-date, to-code infrastructure.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Where the bathroom is now, to my understanding, it's closer to that Circuit Street, which is street level. So is that going to drop below the street level where Circuit is?
Circuit is actually up a little bit, but it's not, it's probably about 3 feet above grade, so it's still an easy surveillance. On the Main Street side, it's something like
It's
8 feet
substantial,
high.
right?
You
Yeah.
can't even, well, I can't see it, but maybe somebody really tall could. But that's where the challenge is. And so to be able to bring that grade down flush with the sidewalk on Main Street, it's really going to affect most of the park. So that Circuit side, as I mentioned, the play area, the swing area will stay the same, but it will go all the way, from that point all the way to Main will be brand new. Because we have to lower the grades, or we're going to lower the grades, I will also mention that existing trees will be impacted as well.
Then it's going to be at grade at Main Street?
Yes.
Okay.
So the plan actually shows new north stairs. Do those exist or not?
Well, that was the master plan, which anticipated maybe 18 inches higher than the sidewalk grade, but in the construction plans, we were able to work the grade so
down.
it goes all the way down.
So that, on the exhibit, it actually doesn't exist.
There's some pretty significant stairs there now, as I recall.
Yes, there are some crickety ones. By lowering it as well, too, we're able to get ADA access off of Main Street.
So remind me, are we doing some retaining walls then towards the Circuit side of the park? How are we doing the grade? Is it, we're actually just sloping the grade?
Yeah,
Okay.
we were able to minimize our retaining walls, even off of the side. If you're in that area, the residents are pretty high, but being able to slope it down, we were able to minimize the
Right.
amount of retaining walls.
Okay.
One more question on that. Are the basketball courts lit? Is there lights for that?
In the plan, no. Right now, there's one kind of bulb light, but neighborhood parks, we do not light our facilities, our court facilities, so that would be consistent as well with others, with no lighting.
So with the removal of the trees in the photo that we have, the picture, is that accurate, or are most of those going to be gone? I know there's a lot of trees on the Main Street side.
Yeah, the trees, so we're going to save as much as we can on the side, but more closer to the Circuit end. The graphic shows trees, but we're going to have to plant them.
Okay. Same on the Main Street side?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, we'll open it up for public comment. Any public comment? Okay, seeing no public comments, we'll close public comment. Next on the agenda is agenda item 6.3, upcoming community events. Kathleen Beatty and Will Neville.
All right. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Kathleen Beatty, and I am the Recreation Coordinator who oversees and plans a lot of the events you guys see around town. With me tonight is Will Neville, and he is the Recreation Supervisor who oversees the community events.
So to give a brief overview, as of 2023, we have offered over 50 annual City of Roseville events. To name a few, Wind Down Wednesday, Friday Flicks, the July 4th celebration, Community Picnic, Family Fest, Turkey Trot, Downtown Holiday Celebration, Neighborhood Santa, and concerts. We continue to see great attendance at each event. In 2023, we actually saw over 56,000 attendees come through those events. So it is great to see that almost 3,000 more people came out and enjoyed the city-run events in our community when compared to 2022.
Perfect. This spring and summer, our calendar boasts an impressive lineup of over 15 events. Today, I'd like to shine a spotlight on a few of those exciting events. On April 17th, we will hold our second annual Dinner on the Bridge. Participants will experience a magical evening against the backdrop of our scenic pedestrian bridge with a delectable 3-course meal complemented by wine pairings and then admission into our Wine Down Wednesday. On May 25th, we have our Spring Craft Fair, where attendees can come explore an array of unique handmade treasures and support local artisans at our new Spring Fair located at Mahaney Fitness Center. This promises to be a delightful shopping experience for all. June 4th is our Tot Tuesdays. Join us at Vernon Town Square. We'll be turning it into a playground every Tuesday in June. Tot Tuesday offers a space for little ones and their families to bond and explore together. Last year, we had over 300 tots and their families participate over the 4 weeks that we held this event. June 29th is STEAM on the Square. Celebrate science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics with us. This event is designed to spark curiosity and creativity in youth minds. The event features over 10 hands-on activities, live performances, ensuring enriching experiences for all who attend. And then on July 27th, we have Chalk Your Walk. In this event, you'll immerse yourself in a vibrant celebration of artistry as you chalk your walk brings color and life to the streets with stunning sidewalk art. Enjoy an art gallery showcasing pieces of art from all ages, live performances from local singing groups, art vendors, and engaging activities for children. With offering over 50 annual events, I'm proud to share we've seen great success. Ensuring top-notch quality and high attendance at our events stands as one of our most significant achievements. This success has driven us to expand our offerings this spring, including an additional session for Breakfast with the Bunny to accommodate the wait lists, and introducing an extra craft fair to meet the growing interest. We remain dedicated to enhancing our existing events by introducing new experiences to captivate our community. For example, our cherished Friday Flick series. This year, we kick off the series with a special screening of The Sandlot at the Maidu baseball fields, coinciding with the baseball's opening day. The families are also welcome to join us for a pre-party featuring baseball-themed activities and treats. In June, Friday Flicks will feature a vendor market, adding another layer of excitement. Furthermore, with the debut of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, we're delighted to host a free martial arts demonstration by a local studio, igniting the ninja spirit in all of us. Lastly, the addition of the new events have proven highly beneficial. Last year marked our 10th Wine Down Wednesday anniversary, if you can believe that. Normally, we average around 350 guests per event. While commendable, we recognize that there's potential growth. Hence, we introduced Dinner on the Bridge as a kickoff event for the Wine Down Series event. This initiative attracted 100 additional attendees the first night, therefore boosting awareness and capturing a new demographic. By the series conclusion, we saw an attendance soar over 600 people.
While we have seen a lot of successes with events, there will inevitably be challenges. One of the challenges facing us is the budget. While we are able to operate and run all of our events within the approved budget, inflation continues to be an obstacle to operating within our means. Solutions to that, we are actively seeking sponsorships. We'll touch on more on those opportunities later. We're also being more strategic with our fees, such as adding vendors to events like Food Truck Mania. Speaking of vendors, vendors is another challenge. More and more have changed their business models as they adapt to the current economic climate. We have to adjust to this too, but so far it has not been a major obstacle. An example of this is their staffing levels have not been consistent. If they don't have the staff to support their booth, then they may have to drop out from an event. So ways that we've been getting around this, we work with the vendors on an individual basis to ensure that they're able to come to the event. Sometimes this means looking to get city staff to man their booth if needed. Another challenge we face is programming adult events. While there's a clear demand for more events aimed at adults, we have seen challenges with registration and attendance. The main obstacle there is finding times and dates that work within the busy schedules of adults and reaching them. We're continuing to market early and often, along with finding dates where we see success in terms of registration in order to try and tackle that one. Additionally, location has recently become a challenge too. As we continue to see growth within the city, there's increasing demands for more events on the west side of town. We also compete for space and time with other groups and other events in the neighboring region. In order to address this challenge, we have added several events to the west side of town, along with several other locations spread throughout the city in order to best serve the community as a whole. And in addition, we are looking at the region and being strategic when we introduce new event dates so as to pull in a maximum number of attendees.
We are brimming with excitement for upcoming spring and summer events, but our anticipation for fall events is just as excited. This autumn, the highly anticipated Friday Flicks Trunk or Treat makes its return. On September 28th, Vernon Street Town Square will once again host Family Fest, while the second annual community picnic at Royer promises stage performances, a family game area with activities such as tug-of-war, potato sack races, three-legged races, kids pie eating contests, and a water balloon toss competition. Furthermore, the Floating Pumpkin Patch Sensory Sensitive Fall Festival and our Fall Comedy Nights are set to make their comeback, ensuring a memorable experience for all.
As I mentioned earlier, we do have sponsorship opportunities available for our events, so anyone who is looking to sponsor an event and get in front of over 56,000 attendees annually can visit our website at roseville.ca.us/events and get more information.
All the events and opportunities we have mentioned today can be found on the website on the screen. This concludes our presentation. We're happy to answer any questions you may have.
Commissioner comments?
I do. Yeah, I got just a comment on that. I think you had mentioned a STEAM event. Is that is that science, technology? Yeah.
Engineering, arts, and math, yes.
You're probably aware, but there is a new business in downtown Roseville. It's a little further down the street, but it's Placer Robotics. It seems like a good partner to kind of be
Absolutely.
compatible with for that type of an event and for the people who would be attending that event. So I bring it up mostly because just my other role with the Downtown Roseville Partnership, it just kind of overlaps with a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be reaching out to all the vendors or anyone like that.
Great.
Anything else?
Just curious, so many of these events downtown, how do the businesses downtown do when we have those events? Are they, I don't know, do they see a uptick? Are they excited to have that? Have we reached out to them about participating more, or just curious how that interaction works?
Yes. So we do try to make sure that we are letting the downtown vendors, merchants know, the businesses down here, when we're having our events so they can kind of synergize with us. And also, we do want to always be inviting them out to the events as well. For example, at our Wine Down Wednesdays, we try to get local wineries. For North Pole Tavern, which is in during the downtown holiday celebration, we get Monk's Cellar to come out. So we try to look for those partnerships and get them to come out, because that's what we're ultimately trying to do, is bring more business out here by hosting events at the square. So
I could chime in on that too a little bit. I think for the most part, it's well received. Just parking would sometimes be an issue with some of them, but other than that, I think it's always a good thing.
thank you.
You mentioned you were looking for sponsorship opportunities and stuff. Have you ever tried reaching out to the Friends of the Roseville Library? They have this process for getting their sponsorships or whatever, and they have their own budget. So I'm wondering if you collaborated or something. I know it's two distinct groups, but just a thought.
No, that's a great thought. We do partner with them for certain events. So I will definitely ask them if they're interested in sponsoring any others.
Yep.
I think Commissioner Bridge is still on that board. He's a former chair as well, so.
What does that sponsorship opportunity, what do you envision that? What is it going to look like? Some entities and foundations and different groups, it'll be the signature spot. What does it mean for you all for the events?
Right now, we're in the process of actually transforming our sponsorship packages to really carve out what that's going to look like at each event. Kathleen, you want to speak to the Wine Down Wednesday ones to give them an example?
So each of our our sponsorships are kind of catered to that event. A lot of the times our sponsors get kind of a booth at the event to spread awareness about their organization or their business. We have them on our social media, we have them tagged and stuff. And so it's really just about awareness for their, their organization or their business.
Anybody else? Okay, so reader's back on. Okay, so we'll open it up for public comment. Any public comment? We'll close public comment. Next on the agenda is 6.4, Be Well Roseville. Alicia Moyer and Heidi Hall.
All right. Good evening, Commissioners. Thank you for having us here tonight. My name is Alicia Moyer, and I am a Recreation Supervisor with the Parks, Recreation, Libraries Department. I have oversight of our Aquatics Division and Fitness.
And hello, I am Heidi Hall, Recreation Program Leader. I help oversee Be Well Roseville and then our adult land and water fitness programs.
We are here tonight to present to you on our wonderful Be Well Roseville program and initiative. The Parks, Recreation, and Libraries Department has a long tradition of providing programs and facilities that promote active and healthy lifestyles. Be Well Roseville is a wellness initiative designed with the mission to create and promote a healthier city and focuses on 3 major areas of wellness: physical exercise, good nutrition, and mind-body renewal. We have taken these areas of wellness and categorized them as Be Active, the pink of the heart, Eat Healthy, the green of the heart, and Feel Renewed, the blue of the heart. Our Be Active category focuses on promoting physical activity with programs like our Fitness in the Park events and specialty drop-in fitness classes, which Heidi will touch on in a moment. Our Eat Healthy category focuses on encouraging healthy eating with events such as our grocery store tours and nutrition workshops. Finally, our Feel Renewed category focuses on supporting recovery and mind-body connection. We accomplish this with events like Tai Chi in the Park and meditation classes. Each of these categories represented in the heart are also represented in these fun bracelets you see here on my wrist and yours. These can be earned by attending an event described in each of the 3 wellness categories. Once 3 wristbands are collected, they can be turned in for one of these amazing shirts in a variety of colors. Heidi will now give a more comprehensive overview of each of these categories and the events we offer.
Okay, so our Be Active is our area of physical activity, and this, I would say, is the category that people are typically most easily excited about. These are some upcoming things that anyone can drop into. On April 15th, we have Tax Your Muscles out at the Maidu Fitness Court, our outdoor fitness area. And then on our Mother's Day weekend, it is a spin and yin. So that's an indoor spin cycle class combined with a yin yoga class that happens to be taught by a mother and daughter team. So that was really special that they were open to doing a Mother's Day fitness event. And then music and movement on June 9th, which is a dance/bar class. And then our Couch to Turkey Trot 5K run training program will be coming back. So last year, the 6 weeks leading up to the Turkey Trot, we had a how to train for your first 5K. It was very popular, and we will be bringing that back again this November. Next up is and so all of those things get you the pink bracelet. Anything in the Be Active would earn you the pink wristband. So next is our Eat Healthy events. And I will say that this category is the most difficult in terms of getting people excited about it, right? It's a little bit of a constant creative challenge for me, how to motivate people to want to change eating habits. So we have some creative things, though, that we're doing. Our grocery store tours have been popular. People do come and actually shop with us. We give them sample meal plans. There's apps that they can use. We're always looking for more grocery stores that are wanting to partner with us. And then we have a plant-based eating nutrition class that's led by one of our yoga instructors. We do meal planning workshops on coming up soon on March 28th, Boost Your Nutrition, and that's what can you add to your diet to enhance the nutritional value. And then coming up in the month of April, you'll see our flyer there for our April Vegetable Challenge. And you are challenged to eat the rainbow. So week 1, eating 2 vegetables that are green, week 2, purple, red, orange, and so on. So our members and participants do love the concept of what can I add to my diet versus taking things away, but it still is a little bit of a challenge. So participating in any of those will give you a green wristband. Then finally, our Feel Renewed, and that is our restorative, recovery, renewal, and our members cannot get enough of this, especially our active aging group, but really everyone is clamoring for more in this category. So our yin yoga meditation, Tai Chi in the park. We do have May the 4th be with you, Tai Chi on May 4th with a Star Wars theme coming up at Diamond Oaks Park. Aqua Yoga Float Night, and then something that we're looking into as a possible new program is a sound bath healing that would take place in the warming pool. So she's a new outside vendor, you could say. She runs her own business. So we're looking at that opportunity as well, and we are always seeking more opportunities in this category. This one is in very high demand, and we don't have quite as much yet that we can offer. It's an area where we're just trying to brainstorm and thinking of new ideas that people can relax and unwind. So any of those would give you the blue wristband. Then our very fun concept here, I'm going to actually pass this down to you guys. You can all see our Be Well bingo card. So this took place, oh, you have them already. Oh my gosh, thank you, Alicia. So this is what we call putting it all together, where all 3 of those components are integrated into one event or one activity. So this was for Heart Health Month. We had over 100 members participate, and as you can see, each time you did one of these events, you got to put a heart in your square. And you had the entire month. We had 3 people get a blackout, and you can look at the card and see all of the things that you would need to do to get a blackout. So people are very dedicated and motivated. The average member did 2 or 3 rows. That would be a more typical outcome. We also have our fitness open house. That was just in January, but we do that each year where people can come and take mini sampler classes. We had different vendors there as well. And then in the summertime, we do what's called Be Well Bucks. And every time you come and take a class, you get a little fake $1. I should have brought you some cash. But they're little Be Well Bucks that if you earn enough, you can get different little swag, things like that. And then also a quick update on our Roseville PD training program. This started in 2022. We have 4 trainers who go to RPAL and provide small group training for both our sworn officers and office staff. We have had thus far year to date 57 classes offered, and all the participants are noticing decreased injuries, increased mobility, and so it's really just designed to help keep our officers quick and mobile and better able to help us in case of emergencies. And finally, our TRX classes. So this was added in 2021 to replace the rock climbing wall. So if you've been to Mahaney in the past, when we were the Roseville Sports Center, we had that rock climbing wall. So it's been replaced by small group TRX classes. We started with 1 class a week, and we're up to 9 classes per week. This is by reservation because there are only 6 spots, as you can see there. We have small group and private training available. And when a class is not in session, this is just a space that's open for members to just use on their own accord. We have posters in there that show ideas. We have a whiteboard with workouts. So people can come and utilize the space anytime they like.
All right, so our Be Well Roseville team is hard at work, bringing awareness to our community about our health and wellness initiative. We hope in 2025 to bring a fun and inspiring Be Well 5K to Vernon Street Town Square. Bright colored socks, headbands, Be Well bracelets like you all have, and all these hearts all around. We are also in the forming phases of bringing an employee wellness program to all City of Roseville employees. We are looking forward to spreading the word about how Be Well Roseville can positively promote a healthy lifestyle inside and outside of the workplace. Overall, we want to support and empower our city to be active, eat healthy, and feel renewed however they can. Whatever that is, a walk on one of our beautiful trails, having a bite to eat at one of our restaurants, or taking a nap under the shade of one of our magnificent trees, we want our community to know, Be Well Roseville. That's the end of our presentation. If there are any questions, we are happy to take those.
Any commissioner comments?
Are the commission members here eligible to participate with the office staff?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so the Mahaney Fitness Center, for any of the memberships, there you can get into the Mahaney Fitness Center, the Mike Shelato Indoor Pool, and the Maidu Community Center. You guys can participate in everything.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else? No? Okay, we'll open it for public comment. Any public comment? We'll close public comment. On to the next session. So now we're moving on to board member, commissioner staff reports. Are there any reports from staff? Jill?
Well, I just want to find out who our attendees are tonight. Are you guys students that are getting some credit for a class? Welcome. We're happy to have you. Do you have forms that we'll need to sign at the end of the night? Okay. So we just wanted to make sure that we got that. Thank you for coming. Welcome. I have just a very short report tonight because many of our staff were at the California Park and Recreation Society conference last week, and we had 4 sessions in the conference that were presented by Roseville PRL staff, so we had a great presence there. Our marketing and communication team won an Award of Excellence for our gold medal video from last year. So Roseville was in the house. That's all I can tell you. We were very well represented, and it was a great conference. But we're all happy to be back and dig in now for the spring programs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's it for
That's it?
staff?
Yeah.
Any comments from commissioners?
Quickly, I don't know if you mentioned it, I'm sorry, but was there a park dedication for the pickleball coming up?
That is coming up on March 16th. Thank you for that. Yes, March 16th is our dedication for the courts at Gibson Park.
We received a invite for that, or will we?
You should have received one.
I don't remember seeing it.
We will resend, just to be sure.
We did
We
not.
were talking about it before.
Okay.
We saw it on Facebook.
Okay.
Any other comments from commissioners? No? Okay. So next on the agenda is adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The next meeting of the March 6, 2024 Parks and Recreation Commission meeting is adjourned at, I show 6:44.
Okay.
And our next meeting will be Monday, April 1st at 6 PM.
April Fool's Day.
Thank you all.
April Fool's Day, yay for us.
Jason, I can sign your stuff.
Yay, one meeting down. Okay, thank you.
Give you that power.